Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about should you buy a car that is completely stock or should you buy one that has already been modified. So let's talk about it. So let's first talk about why you would buy a car that is modified already. Some of the benefits you get is you save some money typically. Those parts that are added on are typically not added on to the price of the vehicle, or at least most of it's not. So it's not uncommon to get $3,000-$4,000 worth of parts and you're not paying any more for it, and sometimes you're actually even paying less for it because it's modified. So if you're looking for a modified car, buying one already modified is not a bad way to go. If you're going to be buying the parts already, it could be beneficial to get the car that already has the parts you wanted to get. Parts are expensive. I don't know if you've looked lately. So like $300 is for a basic intake, or $600 for a 5-lug conversion, $800 for a header. There can be a lot of cost savings buying your vehicle that's already been modified. And then if you want to build your car, you can build on top of those modifications. So the money you would have spent on those modifications, you can get even more modifications and make the car better in some ways. One thing to keep in mind with modifications, there's usually a trade-off there. More reliable, or you're going to get something that's going to have more power. Those two usually don't go together very well. Why would you buy a car that's completely stock? The first is knowing that you're the one to actually modify it, and you modify it the exact way that you would like to modify the car. Completely stock cars, depending on the car, are sometimes more expensive though. So you got to keep that in mind. One of the biggest reasons why I like a stock vehicle as a starting platform is there's no guessing of what was done to the car. You know exactly what the car has because it has what the factory put into the car. And then when you go to replace parts with aftermarket parts, you're replacing a factory item with an aftermarket part, and chances are your aftermarket part's going to be better in some way. When you have a car that's modified, if you're replacing parts that's already aftermarket, you got to figure out, well, which part is better, what's already on the car, or what do I want to put on the car? If you get a complete build list of exactly what is in the car that's detailed and what was done to the car, modified cars are a lot simpler to figure out. But when you get a car and the person you get it from gets it from someone else and they have no idea what's done to the car, it gets a little more tricky. For example, on the Mustang, trying to figure out the MAF sensor. I know it's a Lightning MAF sensor, but what year? Does a year make a difference? I don't know. For the Sentra, it has a 5-lug conversion on there. The previous owner told me the front hubs are off of an Altima and the rear is off of a Maxima. They didn't tell me what year and they didn't tell me what model. And then like also on this car, the brakes. I know there's Maxima brakes in the rear. I believe they're A32. But when I go to change brake pads, I'm not going to be 100% confident that's the correct brake pad for it. Same thing with the front brakes, although I'm a little more confident on what those are because those came off of an Altima SER. So it's not too bad when you get a car that just has like a basic intake, headers, exhaust, but anything beyond that, it gets really hard to figure out what's in the car and what's done to the car. I'm really torn on which I prefer. I like the modification route because it saves me so much money to get a car that's already modified to build on. But at the same time, I love an OEM car because I know exactly what's done to it, and when it comes to repairs, I know exactly what I need to buy. So I got one of each. That's my opinion on modified versus non-modified when buying a car. Let me know in the comments, what's your opinions on it? What do you prefer? And your current car, did you buy it completely stock or did you get it already modified? I'd like to know. Chat with you guys down there. Aloha, peace out. Catch you in the next one.